for the opportunity for you and I to raise ourselves this morning, to rise up from our bed. You know, one thing is for you to lie down there. Another thing is for you to be able to sit up and lift your legs, your hands. You can see, you can hear, you can communicate. To God be the glory. It's family and values this morning. And today being Wednesday, it's a midweek. And I grew up to know that it's the day of mercy, okay? A day that mercy of God is made, you know, generous to you and I. Many call it a day of mercy because you've seen Monday, Tuesday, and today being Wednesday, it's another privilege. Thank God for your family, thank God for my family, thank God for my family and everybody in Galaxy Television family. Thanks to the lives of those who have made it possible for you and I to be able to have this communication. The presidents of Galaxy Television and every of the crew and the big bosses here too. So my name is Remain Adejoke Adobe David, and my friends call me Olori AJ. How are you doing this morning? Joy is right here, and I'm not here alone, as you know it.
Good morning. It's a Wednesday, yeah, with a difference. Let me use steal your word. Yesterday we said Tuesday with a today we are saying Wednesday with a difference. Good morning to our wonderful esteemed viewers. It's always a pleasure anytime I show up, you know, on the screen, knowing that you're pretty seated at home or at office, trying to get a glimpse of what family and values is dishing out to you each day. Today is going to be another exciting day. It's one of those days that you sit back and understand we've gotten to the middle of the week, and okay, we are left with 2 days for you to wrap up the week, you know. So the street is a bit slow. It's not as tense as Monday, Tuesday is. Wednesdays are always a bit calm. Welcome to Family and Values. My name is Joy Abu. We are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. Turn on your notification button so that you know when Family and Values is on your screen. And yes, somebody said we didn't mention social media handle yesterday. My social media handle is Joy Abu Official, at Joy Abu Official across all my platforms. That's where you find me. Thank you for starting this morning with us.
Okay, thank you for starting this morning with us. And mine is Adejoke Adobe David Ori. That Olori must be there. So Olori Adejoke Adobe David. The Adobe has an hyphen, then David on Facebook. And on Instagram at Olori Alajoke. I'm sure our control room will definitely put it on the screen once in a while for you to be able to have this social media handle. So it's another beautiful day. I told you it's a midweek and it's a merciful day. So how ready are you to go with us on this day today? Just make sure that you fasten your seatbelt if you're driving. And if you're in the office, still fasten your seatbelt because we have something you and I need to go back, check. Are we doing it according to what we have said it to be? Are we following it? Are we really saying it from our mouth or from our heart? There's one thing for you to say something from your lips, okay? Another thing is for you to come from your heart, and that's what we'll be looking back at now and then. It's still your one-stop TV station, Galaxy Television, and its family and values. Today we're looking at how effective are wedding vows. Then and now, wedding vows, like you heard from our mini future, have been there, and you know, we keep on repeating it every generation to 5, 10 generations, and but is it still as effective? Can we say they are still very much effective till death do us part, in sickness and health? I will love you. And now, you know, many have also come off the notion, as much as they will still have their own personal vows they created, they will still need to take these vows, whether in church or in the judiciary registry and all that. So how effective can we say they are? To discuss this, myself and Joy will be speaking with a true certified relationship and marriage coach, also someone who is a mentor and a role model. It looks young, yeah, but of course it's not about your age, it's about your maturity, how great you have been able to follow and have examples and things to talk about. I have Aremo Toby Blakor right here this morning. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
How's the family?
It's always a pleasure having you.
Very well, yeah. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wow. So, what makes a wedding vow? Great, unique, stand out. What makes wedding vow?
Okay, I think that's an interesting way to start. Okay, so usually, like you mentioned, we have the traditional wedding vows. Okay, that's the I, this, take this, as my duly wedded this, and to love and to hold in
The honor to cherish.
yeah, in sickness and in health. Yeah, and also there's that traditional wedding vow, and then there's the one that people usually write themselves. But I think one of the key things that makes a great wedding vow is that it is true and it is personal. Okay. Usually, sometimes people have made wedding vows just another extra thing to make their wedding ceremony beautiful. Okay. And in that sense, so you've made the wedding vow more about what will wow the audience than what you are willing to do for your spouse. So wedding vows is for the couples, not even for the congregation of those that came to be with them. So for a wedding vow to be great, it must be such that it is true. True in the sense that I am committing myself to do this for you. Okay, and it must be personal. You shouldn't, I don't think it would be appropriate that you would write, you go and maybe go online, go and Google somebody else's wedding vow and then copy it. Now, if it actually expresses what's in your heart, maybe I'm not a very good writer, okay, that's fine. But it must be true and then be personal. It must be something that you are willing to be able to stick with. Because even these days, you find that even the fashion one, some people change it. They take out the sickness, say in health and in more health, something in plenty, and they simply take out the negative parts. But people forget that even in marriage, there's plenty of extremes, in the sense that there's possibility of having a good time, and there are times that are not so great. So are you saying that I'm going to only be with you only when it's good? So people think that it's a curse. It's not a curse. It's saying that irrespective of the extreme we find ourselves, we will stick together. So when you look at all those things, so when it's not unrealistic, then it doesn't make a great wedding vow.
Okay, I was coming to the fact that you said some people would take out the bad parts and put, because there was a time I watched the video and they told the lady to say, in sickness, I'm thinking poverty, and she said no. I didn't bargain for that. Now, at the point I was laughing, I was like, what, you didn't bargain for that, you know. Now, most people, like you earlier said, don't write their vows themselves. For me, if I see a wedding card or if I'm in a wedding, I turn to the back page where the husband and wife, because I believe that is what they wanted. Yes. That reflects the relationship. Aside the one, maybe the church, the program, whoever designed the program has put the long, which we are all used to. But that brings me to this question: how important are marriage vows? How do we sincerely take it to heart? Because I just feel people just wake up and say it because everybody is saying it. But how important are those vows? Because I attended the wedding and they were saying, I was looking into the eyes of I wanted, if somebody is telling you words, you would genuinely see if it's coming in or just mere words. Seeing husbands cry when taking these vows. I've watched wives cry, like the emotions they pour out. So how important are these marriages that we proclaim to ourselves on our wedding day?
Yeah, I think that they make a lot of, they take how they wait if we take it seriously. Okay, because every relationship usually starts with words. Okay, even for arranges, parents have spoken, usually start with words. And it's always important that words are used to capture what we are going to be ourselves, such that we can hold each other responsible for it. So if a husband says to the wife that I will be with you in sickness and in health, and then this wife, or she's just pregnant, she's not even sick, she's pregnant, okay, and then she's asking you to do things for her, help me help me make this meal, and then you are complaining. She can remind you, guy, you said in sickness and in health, I'm not even sick, so how much more if I was sick, will you be with me? You can hold each other accountable to that. So wedding vows, I think that it's an oath.
That's what
it's an oath.
That's
yes.
how it's supposed to be.
Yes, it's an oath. And you know, maybe I think as you know, generations come and go, what a oath means seems to the gravity of it seems to lessen. Yes. Okay. Because when you think about oath, and you think of when you watch Nollywood,
consequences,
okay, and you're giving an oath in front of a shrine, that you know that if I break this oath, there is consequences for it. Yeah. Okay, so that sense of knowing that is an oath that I'm bounded by, because I am saying it, you are saying it. At the end, we say we are. So that is binding itself. So I think usually is that people have lost faith in their own words.
In their own words.
So that is why they don't place so much value on wedding vows anymore. A person that actually places a lot of weight on their own words will know that if I'm saying these things, then I mean it. So even sometimes if my head is touching and I forget, I know that I am still bound by this and I can align to it. So it's important every couple should have should make that wedding vow. And like you mentioned, that one at the back of the wedding invite or something, that is the one that they agree. So even if you forget the one you said, that small sentence, you can call it your family statement, your personal statement, must be such that binds the couples as much as possible.
Okay, can we now say one of the reasons why they don't really follow through with these words that we say is because we find difficult to really understand what it means. How will I say, Joy, I love you from the depth of my heart? I'm ready to go all the way with you, and I would anything to make you happy. Because we run family and values together, whether you're here, you're not here. And at the end of the day she's not here, I badmouth her. I look at her and say, that Joy, I beg. You know, why would I go the other way or decide not to go with what I said? Joy, the day you fail me, you will not like it. Is it not better I come out that way and not just follow through? It's because I've said it, let me just say it, I'll just say it and get it. Why are we not so real with what we say when we come to marriage vows?
Yeah, I think one of the things you said that the day you fail me, I will. Now, lack of understanding is one of the issues. People do not actually understand the concept of marriage and the concept of love.
So why do we do it?
That's the thing. That is why many people still do not do marriage counseling. Okay. Now, when you understand that, because love is actually tested when the person does not deserve to be loved. Okay. So when the person is nice, it's easy to say I love you. But the truth is, the test of your love has not, at that time, your love is not being expressed. It is when the person's head is packing and then they're not doing normal and they don't deserve you to love them at that time, and then you respond in the way as if they are normal. That is when love is actually captured. So people want only the good things. I want you to be like this, and as long as they're like this, I would act like this. That is not a marriage, that's a contract. Okay, that is, if you are like this, I will love you. If you are not like this, I will not love you. That is not marriage. Marriage is that whether you have sense or you don't have sense, I have chosen to be with you. Irrespective of, I hope you have more days that you have sense, but days when you don't, days where you misbehave, I will still respond to you with love. So people not having understanding of marriage. So people just think marriage just one of those things that after you go to school, you go to university, you're out of the university, you do your NYC, at least here in Nigeria, get a job. Now people say it's time to settle down. But actually in marriage is not time to actually settle down. because marriage will ruffle you. All the things you thought you had known all your life, all the things school did not teach you, all the things work did not teach you, you now start learning it in marriage. So when people have to understand, so when people run from counseling, particularly men, they run from doing marriage counseling. Okay, there are times when I'm running marriage counseling classes, and some of the men are like, wow, like, never seen these things like this. I'm like, some of them will be like, am I sure I want to still go on with this marriage? And because we always want them to be as truthful as possible. That when people say things like that, it means that they are beginning to grasp the weight of what I'm getting into. So when you see the truth, you go back home, think about it. Do I really want to? Can I do this for this man? Can I do this for this woman? You think about it. Okay, I think I can commit myself to it. Then you come back and say, okay, yes, we'll still go on. Okay, still go on. We'll take the next topic. Do you understand? That way, you have an idea of the gravity of what you are entering. Because the truth is, marriage is a form of a risk you take. No matter how good the person you are saying you want to get married to now is, you don't actually know the full extent. So you are choosing to, that's why it's a choice to, I'm going to be with you, whether this is this person I have, or you change in the nearest future. So it's a choice to stay.
I want to ask this question. Now, we are so used to copycats. And in marriage is so rampant. What you see is copycat. You see a very beautiful invite. You want a replica of such. Maybe the difference is just the names they are changing, you know. And now, do you think it's because couples do not write their own marriage vows? That is why they are not keeping to their words. I'm saying this because I have witnessed earlier on growing up, I witnessed both husband and wife sitting down to write their marriage vows. I've witnessed it. And trust me, I'm saying it, that marriage is still standing till today. So for somebody who don't know why those two sat down to write it, and then you now looked at their looked at the words they are facilitating to you, you feel like, oh, this words, you know, even on social media, somebody will copy something and send to you. Somebody you love will just, somebody will say a love message somewhere, copy it and forward it. It doesn't actually reflect the genuinity of that person too. Do you think it's because they are not writing their marriage vows? This is why they are not keeping to these vows?
Well, I think it's a factor, not the factor. I said that it's always important for a great wedding vow. It has to be personal. Okay, so if you are just copying somebody else's own, that you don't understand why, how they arrive at that place, conclusions they've made, decisions they've made to arrive at that place, and then you just copy it and paste, and you want to squeeze it into your own relationship, it may not work. And it's just, like I said, it's just as same thing like the chandelier they added on your wedding decoration. Yes. Just because there's no personal trait. For example, when I was getting married, my husband and I, we decided that, okay, beyond every other thing everyone wanted to do in the wedding, one of the things we wanted to do was we wanted other couples there to join us on the dance floor, to have a dance with us. Now, that, if I forget every other part of the wedding, I usually do not forget that part, because it was our personal touch to it. We had a reason why we wanted to. Okay, it was going to be an avenue for even couples that maybe had issues to be able to mend, and we had that experience. Okay, so people, all the other couples that we asked them to join us on the dance floor, and then we danced together. That was the personal touch. I can forget everything that happened. So if you are the one writing your vow yourself, as you are writing it, you are thinking that,
because it's your words,
this and this
comes from your
in
heart.
this and this. And I tell you what, you don't even have to be a very eloquent person. You just have to express yourself. That's all. You just have to express. You don't have to find one I am mighty English. Just express yourself. Because like I was saying, we are in a generation that likes a lot of okay, we like
it's true now. Somebody you love will just copy full love message from another person and expect you to now say, because because me, I read through words. If I've related with you and you send me a love message, I know if this is coming from you or not. So if I don't react, I know that, guy, this is not you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, in this now that we have ChatGPT, so people can ask ChatGPT.
Our Zoom guest is ready. And so therefore, we'll be taking this short break by going for a word of marble, like I always tell you. Read carefully and try and grasp it. And we'll be coming back with us here, so don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Family and values, and as we rock and roll this morning, we've been discussing how effective are wedding vows. Do you still remember your did you write it yourself? Are you still taking it effectively? Our Zoom guest is live and right here in Lagos, all the way in what do you call the side? Festac side, yeah. So we have Chima Mobi. She is a psychologist, emotional intelligence assessor, and a family life coach. Good morning, Chidima. We call her Dima. Wow!
How is it? I'm doing good. Hey.
Okay, so it's so good to have you this morning, and you're looking beautiful. Joy.
Different from the regular local that I saw the look. I had to look twice to be sure, because I'm used to low cuts when I see her with her hair. But you look good, you look great.
The only low cut and they will love it, but they can't access it. Anyway, it's so good to have you, but you're looking elegant this morning. So we're looking at how effective our wedding vows, and we've been talking with Aremoto here for some time. I want to ask, why is it difficult for us, okay, for people generally, okay, let me say generally, some people to follow through their wedding vows? Why is it that we say with our mouth, with our lips, comes from our mouth, but our heart does not go with it? Why?
Okay, Lori, for that. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So let's start by saying that people keep to their vows, other struggle with keep vows, all right? And so with that in mind, we want to say, what does a vow mean? And who is the person making this vow? Because a vow is like you're making an earnest promise to someone. It's a pledge. In fact, when you look at the root word for vow, the Greek root word for vow, it connotes a prayer, something that you are praying about, or something that you are praying for. That you're going to do life with them, this is to you. So if we understand what a vow is, then we understand why some people will struggle with keeping to their vows and some will not. Because essentially, the character of the person shows out in the person's ability to keep a vow. Some people just make vows because it's traditionally expected to make vows. Oh, when you're getting married, you're expected to exchange vows. So they do it as a perfection act. They just do it because it's an obligation, not necessarily that there are people who you can hold to their words. So if I'm going to get married and the people saying exchange vows, I'm just going to do it because I'm expected to do it. The ability to keep a vow resides in the person who is making the vow. Is the person actually saying something that they are personally promising? Are they saying something that they are committed to doing? Or are they just doing what is an obligation to them? Another angle that we're going to look at when we're talking about why people keep to vows and why people do not keep to vows, particularly as we're beaming the searchlight on marriage, is what does a person believe about marriage? Because your belief about marriage reflects not only in the vows you're speaking, but your commitment to the vow. If I believe that marriage is just something I need to do because, it's the next thing to do, or is an avenue to having children, I don't believe that marriage is a commitment to share my life with somebody else, I might voice the vows, but I'm not going to be committed to it because the vows I have not in alignment with my beliefs around marriage. So one other reason why either keep or not keep their vows is if the vows they have professed is in alignment with their core beliefs, not what society wants them to believe, not what religion wants them to believe, not even what their partner wants them to believe, what they themselves believe. Another third angle I'm to look at why people vows, it's a person's understanding of the power of words. Some people, you just say things without knowing that there is life in words, without knowing that the words you speak it gives us an insight of who you are. And so people are not committed to their words because, let me just say it and move on. But if a person understands the power and how words is a reflection of who you are, then you are going to make the vows that you want to stay to, that is in alignment with your beliefs, in alignment with your values, and what really resonates with your personal consent. That's take on why people either keep the vows or not keep the vows. Back to you, Olu.
What's our life? Just like I asked our in-house guest and he gave me a clarification, I also want to ask you this. Growing, we've listened to people write poets. You know, we grew up, love at first sight was based on letter writing. We didn't have mobile phones where you have to put a call. You had to literally write how you feel towards this person you want to love, and then you have to go to the post office to send it, and then there was genuinity in words. So if that's where you have words like you're the cockroach in my cupboard, the sugar in, because those were people sitting down to express themselves. Do you think the same question I asked him is what I'm asking you, that because couples are not writing their vows themselves, that is why they're not true to their words? Because what we see mostly these days is copy and paste, not even in marriages, all around, even to a fellow girlfriend. On vows, they have to see somebody's vow message she has written to a husband, and then you copy it and paste it. All you have to do is edit. Now, the technology has made it very easy. You just edit, put name, and you send. So do you think it's because they don't sit down truly write these words to express how they feel is the reason why they are not true to their words?
I'm going to take it this way. Let me take us back to the origin of vows. Why were vows, why people need to write vows even traditionally from the country? If you notice setting the vows, there are key words in the traditional vows that we exchange. Words such as, I take thee as my wedded husband or wife, for better, for worse, till death was part, to love and to cherish. Because the people who instituted vow taking had some key things they wanted a vow to communicate. Marriage should be about. And so when a person is saying to a partner, I take thee as my husband or wife, you are establishing that consent. You are saying, I'm taking personal responsibility for my for this decision to spend life with you. If a person is saying to have and to hold, I'm going to use the lines in our traditional vow taking to explain and question. If somebody is saying to have, you are actually making a commitment that I'm there for you. I want to watch over you, right? And for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, a Jew saying, I'm going to be faithful to you, I'm going to stay with you forever. To love and to cherish is a statement of sacrifice. And when you say to death do us part, it's like, I'm in this with you forever. So the question is, now, if we're saying that people should write their vows, they need to understand the seriousness of vows. That your vow should be something that is declaring your personal choice, your free will. your commitment, your faithfulness, and the sacrifice you want to make in that marriage. It's not to come and write vows and say, oh, I'm going to love you as much as I love my dog. You are the cockroach in my cupboard. It doesn't carry the weight of vows. And so even the person you are saying it to, or you saying it, it's a joke to you. And so how are you going to stay committed to a joke? So as much as it is okay for people to be authentic, for people to write their own vows that reflect their true character and their true commitment in the marriage, the vow should be seen as something sacred. Exchanging vows should be seen as something really profound and not just a flippant collection of words. But that vow, even when you do it, have certain things that is promoted: faithfulness, commitment, sacrifice, and free choice. And that takes us back to educating people in premarital counseling the importance of vows, so that when they understand the importance of vows and they understand what the vows is supposed to communicate to their partners, then they can go and write their own words, but words that are deep, words that are profound, words really showcase their personal choice, their commitment, their sacrifice and faithfulness. That is when personal vows can now really be meaningful. And then the person who is writing the vows out of free will is able to communicate, this is what I want to, I'm willing and able to bring in this into the relationship. So you're not committing what you cannot offer. Such that if you understand what a vow is about, you can write what's in you. This is me, this is what I'm committing to. And partner is listening to your own written words to say, okay, if this is what you're bringing, I can take this on, and this is what I'm bringing. That's the place of the authenticity and personalization of vows. But the personalization will be meaningless if the people getting married do not understand the importance of vows and what a vow truly should communicate. Your personal consent, your commitment, your sacrifice you're willing to make, and the lifelong commitment of being with the person. And that takes us back to pre-vow. What are we putting people in? So that they are able to take ownership of vows and really write vows that are profound and help them through the journey.
Jima, I want to ask this question before you go because of our time, and I know you are also a very busy person. Now, can we now say the vows has been overemphasized, and it's better to tradition, this is how we have been doing, this is the way, rather than just come up with our own. Is it possible we just put that aside? Even of course church will not allow that, and I don't think many other places will allow it anyway. But is it not better for us just use our own words rather than, possible pastor, we just go with our own words and just put aside? Can we also look at it from this angle? In those days, during the time of our fathers, mothers, great-grandfathers, can we say they hold these vows more diligently and effectively than the generation that we are now? Can we say it's more religiously handled then than now?
A dispensation reflects what we are talking about. If we're going to say, did our forefathers, generations of our parents, hold their vows more religiously, or other factors we are going to consider outside of, right? Because we look at what beliefs around marriage, the cultural expectations around marriage, the economic independence of the parties in marriage. So there are many other factors that we will juxtapose before we can clearly say, did our parents stay in the marriage just because of the vows they exchanged, or other factors also being considered? The same way, even in marriage of today, the vow alone is not what makes you stay in the marriage. We need to understand that. Your vow is your declaration of your commitment. Your vow is a declaration of the pledge you are making to the person. So by the merit of just changing vows, it's not enough to stay in marriage. It is what you have chosen that marriage means to you. That is why I said that vows are as effective as the person saying it if the vows they are saying align with their beliefs around marriage. If the vows you have professed align with your expectations in marriage, if the vows you have professed align with your values, and if the environment in your marriage is conducive for the vows. So if I exchange vows with my partner that I pledge to be faithful, and the partner is giving me reasons not to be unfaithful, or is himself unfaithful, is going to question my commitment to that vow, because the environment of the marriage is not conducive for the vow to take life of its own, for me to be able to live the vows. So I don't think we should get fixated on, will we be committed, whether we write the vows, whether we repeat traditional vows. We should rather be saying, why do you want to get married? What will marriage do to you when you get married? And why are you getting married to this person? Is this somebody that you can go this journey with in the long run? Can two really work together because they agree? So we should be looking at your individual wholeness, your individual dreams about marriage, your partner's wholeness and dreams around marriage, and do they find alignment? Because oftentimes, marriages do not break because the people are bad. Marriages will have issues because two good people who are not right for themselves are trying to make it work. So the man is good, the woman is good. They're not just good together. So if they are not good together because they don't have shared beliefs, they don't have shared values, they don't have shared common interests, their chemistry is not chemistry, their compatibility has something that is lacking, even if they meant the vows they exchanged on the day of wedding with all their heart, the environment of the marriage, the compatibility of the couple will put the vows to question. So it's not so much about vows keeping people in marriage, it's about people being in marriage with the person that aligns with them, that has shared values and beliefs, and being ready to do the
Joy
work.
wants, Joy wanted, okay, Joy, you're on now.
I would have given you enough time to keep talking and talking, but you know, time is always of excess here in the studio, and we are so grateful to having you here. We appreciate you so very much for joining us. We thank you for always being there anytime we put a call across. We are wishing you a great day ahead. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much.
Thank you,
Chima. Do enjoy your day, and I love your new look, you know. I know it's just for the meantime. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, but I just okay.
My question back to you. She's saying a whole lot too. Now my question is this. You know, when somebody say, I love you, I will stand by you. We even make these vows even to our own children. Even on a normal platonic relationship, you hear a girlfriend say, I'll go with you all through the way.
All the way.
All the way. Even to God, we say, I love you, I'll serve you, you know, till the very end. But now we are making these vows. Now, before the day of the marriage, there have been words spoken. So that day of the marriage where the vows are taken is just to formalize and to officially say, okay, this is what I've been saying in the secret. That's why I started asking about letters we wrote then. Do you think that looking at what is happening now, should we keep using words? Because you see, Lori is somebody that loves words. I might not be somebody that loves words. I believe in action. I believe in on that wedding day, don't tell me. That's why I love the lady that said, no, I won't love you in sickness. That was her being truthful to herself. That means when you're sick to an extent, I'm walking out. So it gives the man an understanding from that day that, it's not as if you're taking unaware. So do you think that these words that we speak, we should gladly take it off, put put it and let's use it privately, not publicly. Let's not because when you say it publicly, people hold you by it. And now it's so common that everybody takes it as it's just part of the program. Program
Yes.
what? Program 6. Let's just and then. So, do you think we should just remove it from the public affair and you know what? Say your marriage vow to yourself, so that whatever happens is between the both of you. Do you think we should get to that point in all sincerity?
Okay, so I don't think so. Okay, there's something about, and that's usually why even marriage is done, the marriage party and all that. Every marriage does not have to happen elaborately. Okay, they can just go to the pastor joins them. But still, the pastor will still bring them to church and announce that these people are now couples. Okay, so it's important that the community that you live in is aware that you're now couples. And it's in the same vein, couples must first realize that even though we are giving this vow in the public, it is for us. So it's not for the public. When they're paying attention, for them, it's just an item on the program. But for us, we are doing this in the presence of ourselves, of God, and the people who love us.
Now, let me remove that. It's like we forget that of God, that we are doing it in the presence of God. We even use Bible to take this oath. So, do you think that are we not scared of leaving the presence of God in saying?
Because people have always, taking the word of God as just one of those things.
And like Chidman said, sometimes most of the times the character of the people giving saying the vow. Okay, so some couple, for them is just an item. Okay, but for some that understands what it is, when they say it, they actually mean it. Because I've been to a wedding, husband is saying vow to the wife, but the wife is looking everywhere else except the husband. She's looking at the audience.
And by the time they give her the mic, she'll now start.
She will say, and she was saying, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." Okay, now for her at that point, it was that she was distracted. It was just an item on the program. You get, so even for some couples, it's just an item on the program. But we cannot overemphasize the place of words. Everything we see around us are maybe words. It's like everybody saying, "I want to make this happen." So words are building blocks for life.
Blocks for life.
So it's important that we are also careful. We begin to hold ourselves to the words that we speak as much as possible.
And you know what was just coming to my mind as he was saying that the other partner, whether male or female, it happens both sides. The lady was distracted and was just saying it by the lips. And now it just dawned on me that maybe that is why the law of breaking marriage is always very difficult. You take those vows, whether in the law, in the court, or in the church, and for you to be, what were you thinking when you were taking those vows? That's what the Holy Spirit just ministered now. That what were you thinking when you're taking those vows? And that's why it will be difficult for some to break the marriage or dissolve it. Even in the law court, they will tell you, go back home. 3 months, 6 months, you may still be on it. 2 years. Sometimes the other will go this until when they see him, they cannot break it. Because I want to believe that those words has a strong, strong meaning, strong hold. And so to dissolve marriage, it's never easy. That's why, that's into my mind now, that maybe that is why it's never easy. Because you think it's easy to just say it by the mouth and you can just take it for granted, but the law will not allow you, because the law is good. It's just that only when they want to manipulate things that we turn it that way around. Okay, finally, I just want to give your advice and to our viewers, those who are watching us at home. What should they do? Because it's an oath. If only as so very, very strong bond that when you say it, by the time you go back on it, you see the repercussion and you know what to do. It's true. That's why many our politicians, if we've been giving them give them all this, God is very lenient, but all these strongholds, they don't joke. So your You use snake or you use knife, you use cutlery, you use strong weapon to take your vow. You will not try it. They don't give them Bible or Quran. They give them a good sharp machete.
You know when you watch Nigerian movies, you will see that when somebody
when they give them machete, they give them machete, they give them snake to take their vow on that day.
One is not watch Nigerian movie when somebody is taking oath. When they put in front of a very powerful shrine,
you'll be serious, and you'll be sleeping with one eye. Remember, so please, your final words to advice to our viewers at home.
Yeah, so I think the beauty of marriage is that it's a choice we've made. I want to marry you, and you have also agreed to marry me, and we are making a choice together. So I think one of the key things for everybody to know is that you must first be sure that you can stay with this person. Let the person you are choosing to do life with be somebody you are willing to go the length for. Okay, when that is on lockdown, you are sure that it's easy for you to be able to keep to the words that you said. Okay, because words are powerful. Words should not just mean nothing. They should mean something. So when you say your marriage vows, be sure that those marriage vows will be tested. I'll be with you till death do us part. There'll be a reason for you to not want to stay till death. Okay, but understand that. Yeah, so if I've made this commitment, grow into the person that can stay committed and can stay faithful.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those final words, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Marriage is honorable, and before you go into it, think twice. And please, when you're saying those vows, mean it. If you know you cannot be there in poverty, say it before you even go to the altar. I'm not going to be there. No, it's high time we start saying these things. Let's not do copycat. Let's not follow what other people are saying. Be yourself. Speak your own words, because you're accountable for your own words, for what you say to people. Thank you very much for being a part of Family and Values today. My name still remains Joy Abu, and again, my social media handle is Joy Abu Official across all platforms. Thank you, and please don't forget to follow us on Galaxy Television. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can keep watching interesting shows and topics that we discuss. Thank you.
Okay, so marriage is the highest state of friendship. If happy, it lessens our cares by dividing them. At the same time that it doubles our pleasures by mutual participation. This is by Samuel Richardson. And she said marriage is honorable as the bed on the fire. Your vow, very important. Take it the way you feel you can handle it. Don't do it for the crowd. Don't do it for the people. It will remain you and your husband when you're inside the house. God will help you. On that note, I would say big thank you. My social media handle again is Olori Adejoke at David on Facebook, and you can connect me on Instagram on @Olori Alajoke. So I want to say big thank you to all those who tuned in, watchers, sent comments, and if you have any questions, you can always send to the number on your screen. We'll surely get back to you. Also, don't forget tomorrow is a Health Thursday, and we're looking at facial palsy. Do you know what it means? Do you know how it comes, to being? It's irrespective of age. So get ready for that tomorrow. Have a lovely and a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye for now.